beaches struggling to find lifeguards this summer. The sweet deals being offered to try and lure in some more recruits. Well, unfortunately, already 2023 going down as a deadly year at the beach. Sadly, we've seen 43 deaths this year. You can see from the West Coast to the South Central to the East Coast. Majority of these, though, in the states of Florida and the territory of Puerto Rico. So, unfortunately, rip current deaths really universal at the beach. 38 out of our 43 deaths were due to rip currents. And as you head to the beach or the pool to cool off this summer, you may notice something missing: lifeguards. For the third year in a row, there is a nationwide shortage, and that has forced pools to close.
Some cities so desperate to recruit lifeguards, they're raising pay and even offering cash bonuses. And joining us now, Wyatt Werneth. He's a spokesperson for American Lifeguard Association. Wyatt, always good to talk to you. How desperate is the situation right now for lifeguards, and what's the reason we can't find lifeguards?
Well, I must tell you, 10 of those drownings were right here on this beach in Brevard County. One happened right there. Tragic. And we're in a critical shortage with the fact that we have over 309,000 parks and pools. And you got to imagine half of those are going to close or either have reduction in hours. And right now, where I stand, the nearest lifeguard is about 20 miles that way and 2 miles that way. We have a problem.
Yeah, and so I would imagine then the temptation's going to be there as temperatures heat up for people to go to these beaches that are unattended, and that's when they get themselves into trouble, correct?
You know, your chances of drowning in front of a lifeguard are 1 in 18 million. That's why they're so critical, and we need them. The areas that are going to lock down and don't have lifeguards, you're correct. People are still going to look for water to cool off. They're going to go into canals and ditches and levees and wherever they can. The problem is, too, a lot of people don't know how to swim, and we're going to have more drownings because of that.
So what can, say, a parent do? A lot of people be on family vacations, right? What can a parent do to keep an eye on their kids? How can they still stay safe even if there's not a lifeguard?
We know it all starts at home. The first thing they need to do is go online and research the area they want to visit. Is there a lifeguard, and what are the lifeguard hours? If not, relocate and find some other place to go. So I'm in front of that lifeguard. The other thing is to assign a water watcher. Find someone within your group that has CPR training. Go out and get it if you don't. Lifeguard skills are helpful. Also, you're going to watch the little ones and be undistracted. People in the party that may not be able to swim, adults included, put them in Coast Guard approved life jackets.
You mentioned that a lot of us don't know how to swim. Is that one of the reasons that we're dealing with such a lifeguard shortage? Or is it, you know, people who usually were taking those lifeguard jobs, like those of us in high school or college, are now seeking internships? What's responsible for this huge drop in numbers?
Well, let's back up in history. When I became a lifeguard, it was exciting. Baywatch was on TV. Everybody wanted that lifestyle, helicopters, beautiful people, and you're saving lives. We had a lack of interest. And then the pandemic hits and knocks it all out. So we have to revisit that and find out that lifeguards are very important. And we also need to understand that lifeguards are the critical tool in life-saving, where you have fire, police, and EMS. They're the ones for the beach. And we got to bring people back to that and show them that it's a great job to start that EMS career.
Totally get Wyatt, but how do we do that? How do we convince, people that lifeguarding is a worthwhile job, that it's something you can get into, you can make a career out of it even?
Well, we have to start with education. We have to revisit the idea, like you said earlier, people don't know how to swim, so that keeps them away from the water type jobs. We got to go back and teach America how to swim. We also got to invigorate the lifeguard style, maybe more media, more press. Another show would help. That's what got me going. Something of that nature, as well as word of mouth. More and more people like this telling everyone that lifeguarding is an amazing job might help.
Educating future lifeguards key. You also pointed out that educating yourself before you go on a trip is so important. Where do we go to find out about the availability of guarded beaches? If I'm planning a trip, how do I find out that area is going to be more secure?
Well, most city governments have an online for their city. If they're not announcing lifeguards, then chances are they don't have lifeguards. The areas that do have lifeguards will list where they're at, what their times are. You can also go online and get CPR training, find out in your neighborhood where you can get that. We have lifeguard training on AmericanLifeguard.com. Also, there's some others out there, I believe, local communities. And it's important to do your research.
Well, Wyatt Werneth, National Spokesperson for the American Lifeguard Association. Appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us, man.
Thank you.
He's always great. He makes a great point, though. We've got to, get people again interested in it. It's a great career, and you are truly making a difference,
You are
saving lives.
people's lives, no doubt about that.